Gotcha.
And for those of you who don't know, self-aggrandizement is the act of making yourself seem bigger than you really are. So all these people who are running around screaming, um, you know, the government owes me this and the world owes me that, that's self-aggrandizement in a nutshell.
And by the way, if you're one of those, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're dead fucking wrong. Like, the world doesn't owe you a damn thing. No one, like, I get it, you know. One of the things that people like to say is, oh, I never asked to be born. Well, fucking none of us did. Albert Einstein didn't ask to be born, but the motherfucker did the best he could with his life. Jesus didn't ask to be born if he actually was born. I'm not going to go into that one. That's for a different episode. He supposedly did whatever it is that he did or did not do. I mean, Lemmy didn't ask to be born, but the motherfucker rocked the goddamn world for the entire time he was here.
Just think of any big historical name that you have ever heard in your life. None of them asked to be born. They all did what they wanted to do with the time that was given to them.
Exactly, and that's something that we're failing as a generation. None of us want to do anything.
It's just laziness.
But,
just outright laziness at the base of it all.
Yeah. But to roll into a slightly different topic here, I'm not going to be one of those guys that shoots down all these marches, like the Women's March and all this other stuff, because that's not what this country is about. Like, you feel strongly about this, so you get to go out and you get to say what you want. Like, that's one of the beauties of America. America is one of the only countries left in the world where you can do that. Britain still has a law where you could be arrested for saying bad things about the government. That's not a law in America. You can say what the fuck you want about the government.
It's protected under the First Amendment. Your freedom of speech gives you the right to say stupid shit. But no matter how stupid it is, well, it is your right to say it.
Now, going off of that, there is a limit to it. Like what Madonna said, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear some shit about, you know, some issues coming her way, because you're talking about wanting to blow up the fucking White House. That's straight up illegal.
Yeah, there's a difference between just saying what you think, like, oh, this is fucked up, we need to fix it, and outright threatening people's lives.
Yeah, you can't fucking walk into a place, I'm gonna shoot every cocksucker in here. It doesn't fucking
you're gonna get taken the fuck out.
Yeah.
No bones about it.
Especially if you walk into a place where I'm fucking there. Or Wild Bill. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put two in your fucking chest without thinking about it. You can say what the fuck you want about me. You can say what the fuck you want about the way I think. You can say what the fuck you want to say about the way I talk, about my ideals, about anything you want. Okay? One thing you can never say about me, though, is that I am not willing to listen to a difference of opinion.
Of course.
That is literally the reason I started this show.
That's one of the biggest things of how to expand your knowledge, how to expand your intellect. You look at other opinions, and they may not change your mind or the way you think, but now you know and you understand where the other side is coming from.
And the problem with this comes when the other side is doing what the left is doing. Like, they're rioting, burning shit down, throwing giant hissy fits to where no one can understand them. There was this one fucking SJW dude who was, his entire argument for a 15-minute video was, "You're a white male! Listen, cocksucker, so are you."
Yeah, I actually find a sick sort of pleasure from watching those kind of videos where all they have to say is, you're white, you're a man, so you're obviously racist and sexist.
And it's like,
that's the only
racist and sexist right now.
That's the only phrase that they can conjure up to even think of anything to argue with. And I take a little bit of pleasure in that, because you're exposing your own lack of intelligence when you do that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you're ever in an argument, like just across the board, and the only thing you could think of to say is, well, you're racist or you're sexist, like if that's your defense at that point,
We know you've lost.
yeah,
You have
like just
nothing else to contribute to the conversation. You're just falling back on something that seems to get you enough attention, and that's the end of it.
and I'm gonna be honest, if I want to get to a point where we can walk down the street with a microphone and a camera and we can get, random people's ideas on stuff and get them talking, and that could be a video. But if you're ever in one of those videos, if you're ever on this show, I will have more respect for you as a person if you reach a point to where you can't defend your argument, and if you just say, well, let's agree to disagree. If you have accepted that you have no further to go, you have lost all traction, but you're not going to change your views, just say, let's agree to disagree, because I will walk away from that gladly with you. But if you're like, well, you're just a racist, sexist white male, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to want to slap the living fuck out of you, because at that point, I don't have any respect for you.
Probably won't because I really don't feel like getting arrested. I still have school to finish, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna walk away laughing. I promise.
Yeah. Like, that's going to be the end of it right there. I'm going to walk away and you're done. You're done talking, because you have proven to me right then and there that you care so little about anything that I'm saying that you're going to go to a hackneyed knee-jerk response defense, which means you're not even listening to what the fuck I'm saying, so I'm not going to waste my breath on you. Now, going from that, these hurtful words, Michigan State, again, soon will not be permitted to hang whiteboards on the outside of their dorm room doors, because they're afraid people are going to write mean words. Like, you're silencing free speech, University of Michigan. You're literally admitting that you're silencing free speech because you don't want to offend anybody. And when you have decided to take it upon yourself to silence someone because you don't like their opinion, that is the first step towards fascism. It's not Trump calling out the media. It's not me saying I don't agree with you. It's not Wild Bill saying he doesn't agree with you.
It's you attempting to remove the right to free speech.
Yeah. Which, University of Berkeley, you've already fucking done this. You have created a fascist community to where you reacted positively to students rioting and burning books because they didn't want to hear what someone said. And California, a lot of places in California have taken this new law, and this law states that students of their schools cannot receive funding to travel to a state where they don't think they have a good stance on LGBT. So basically what you're saying is you're going to stop people from going to places because you don't like the way those places are talking. Second step of fascism. First step, control what people say. Second step, control where they go.
They complain and they compare Trump to Hitler all the time. That's like their go-to phrase. Well, he's basically Hitler. He's doing it.
Of course,
He's,
any